New. Good afternoon, ballers. Welcome to the 60th episode of the Stepback. Your host, Leon Tompkins, my main man, Jacob Moses, here to you this Saturday afternoon because Friday night was a disaster for our team. So we're here to talk about it. We're in the playoff basketball, right in the heat of things. Crowds are back, acting wild. Memorial Day weekend. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, man. Just hanging in there after watching that, whatever performance you want to call it. But I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well down there, and ready to talk some playoff basketball. By the way, if your team your team isn't in it, I'm gonna say about that one.
Just, but it's a rainy day this Saturday. It'll be raining all Memorial Day weekend, but Atlanta was raining threes last night as they take a 2-1 series lead. Game one was nice for the Knicks. Game one Atlanta won on the
Yep.
Trae Young floater. Game two, Knicks take that one, and game three last night, we're still looking for Julius Randle. About to put him on a milk carton.
Right now.
Right now.
Man, that guy is just love him, but pressure, burst pipes, and it's showing him and RJ. It's not helping at all. I don't know what's going on. He got to get it together. He can't. We understand most improved player. It means nothing in the playoffs now because you're kind of reverting back. They're double teaming you on your left. You're still trying to go to your left. You're jumping up in the air, not knowing listen, if you're going to jump, shoot the ball. I'd rather you shoot the ball, brick it, call it a day. But don't go up in the air and try to find somebody in the corner. The guys are open. You just got to have the vision. It has to be there. You got to see it coming. Got to visualize it and know where your guys are, because usually it's either going to be two people in the corner. It's usually going to be either Barrett or Bullock, or usually because Bullock is usually top of the key or in that corner. It's going to be two guys. Mm-hmm. Usually somebody's going to be open. You got to find it. But, yeah, that was a lackluster performance. Rotations on defense were terrible. So many open threes. You just saw it coming. Don Collins hitting shots. Herter hitting shots. Bogdanovic hitting shots. I mean, Gallinari 4 for 4 from 3. He was killing it. It was all day, everybody. Defense is terrible. Rotations were terrible. Everything was just bad.
And that's the thing. We knew this 4-5 matchup very evenly matched. Somewhat, but Atlanta has a lot more offensive firepower. And we said from the beginning, stopping Trae Young was the key, and they still haven't found an answer for that. I like the fact that they stopped starting Payton. They went to Rose. They got to make Trae Young play some defense. But, the problem with Randle, I think they're starting him in the wrong spot on the floor, because if he's starting at the top of the key, everybody knows he's going left. Spin move. And he's looking for, like you said, one of the guys in the corner, Bullock, Burks, or Quickly, and Capella's just sitting in the paint waiting for that, playing center field, waiting for him to come. And once he gets up in the air, the defense is already 2 steps ahead of him.
Oh, it's done. You're pretty much done. And it irritates the hell out of me because every time, stop. You can't take anybody off the dribble. That's the one thing I don't like about his game. You're not a guy that can take anybody off the dribble. Maybe Gallinari, but I think I can take him off the dribble. But that's the only person you can take off the dribble. Everybody else, John Collins, you got all adequate defenders on that starting 5, except for, like I said, Gallinari when he starts. Even Bogdanovic isn't that bad, but all adequate defensive guys, figure it out. But you just, we break them down with 7 seconds left on the clock, you're screwed. You got to get your offense going quicker than that, and they're not doing it. And also, I praise Tiz a lot, but get Frank in the game. You got to have your best defender somewhere. And that's one of your best perimeter shooters this year. He got to come in. I don't know. We're not the we're turning into the New York Bulls, okay? This Gibson and Rose. Yeah, Rose, whatever, you know, you have to start him, but Gibson, this is when I kept saying Mitch was going to be big. Because a lot of these lobs, they wouldn't happen. These floaters getting into the lane. It's not scary. I mean, Noel's holding it down, but, you know, Mitch is a little bit more athletic. And he can get to a good portion of those. And maybe it's a different story getting into the lane, but they just get whatever they want everywhere. And the game shouldn't even been that close yesterday at the end.
Yeah, like game one, Atlanta missed a lot of open threes. I think that's why they were so far into it. But those open threes they knocked down last night. The Knicks pick and roll defense has been god awful.
God, Capella is just. That was one of my keys to the Hawks winning this series too, was Clint Capella. He's going to beat you on the offensive board. He's going to get you on lobs, and nobody can really touch him. He's doing whatever he wants. Yeah, he's good, but he ain't that damn good. Like, this dude is looking like Shaq out there. Man, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like Bogdanovich, you saw it late. He was able to pick up whatever he wanted. Gallinari starting to knock down open threes.
Mm-hmm.
The trick is Trae Young now finding himself going to the free throw line. You know, it's the crowd really playing a factor into where the Knicks and the Hawks this series is going, because the difference between game 1 and 2 was evident, and now the difference between game 2 and game 3, where they go down to Atlanta and the Knicks wanted all the smoke. Mm-hmm. Well, they got it. So
they did. I don't think the crowd really have anything to do with it. It's just the players playing like crap, to be honest. Because how many turnovers did you see? 28 points off of turnovers. That's a problem. I mean, just they couldn't catch the ball in the right places, dribbling the ball up their foot, and just a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of missed open shots. I mean, it definitely could have went either way. Like game 1 could have took that game because they were up 7 going into that fourth quarter.
Yeah, Noel getting hurt didn't really help him.
It didn't help. And then, of course, you know, game 1 should have took. Of course, we took game 2. Game 3, the Hawks just came. They were going to come out strong regardless for their home crowd. The crowd was live, you know, and they did what they had to do. But other than that, they got to do some soul searching. RJ, he's trying to get to the rack. You know, he's doing his damnedest, but, you know, with Capella there, because he's really good at collapsing on guys when they come there. And this is where the IQ comes from. You got to be able to see that, know what they're doing, and you got to make them actually get out and defend the perimeter because they know what you're going to do. I mean, because they pretty much turned into an interior team.
And we mentioned the crowd, and MSG was rocking. You got Spike Lee on camera every 5 damn seconds. But game 2, they spitting on Trae Young. Mm-hmm. I mean, these fans have been acting a fool lately. You know, finally come back in the arena. I mean, chanting "We want Brooklyn." That's a whole other story before you even get to Atlanta. But you know, with disrespect towards the players, what you make of the whole situation between the fans spitting on Trae Young and now he's getting banned for life?
Yeah, I mean, he deserved that. Granted, I like Trae Young. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's just when you play my team, I ain't gonna like you. You just fuck Trae Young, absolutely. But you don't spit on the dude. That's assault. I'm sorry. You don't. I don't care. I don't care how much you pay for your seats. 10,000, whatever. You cheer, boo, yeah, do whatever you got to do. Curse his ass out, absolutely. But once you start doing some wild stuff like spitting on somebody, you do not deserve to go. Just watch it from your TV, and then throwing popcorn on people. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, maybe Ron Artest had a point going up in the damn crowd and snuffing somebody. They getting out of control. I'm just saying, you throwing stuff on people, and remember these dudes, you know, they don't. To catch you outside, you might be a different attitude, but I think they try to hold off because you're in their professional environment. But sometimes it boils over, and you can't take stuff like that. And Philly fans, they do it. They get kind of wild, and then talk about you have his parents there, you cursing at them, you doing this.
Out in
Really?
Utah, yeah. If people locked up in their house too long, they finally get outside, and I guess they forgot how to act and whatnot. But probably see it more in the NBA because the courtside seats, you're so close and you have access, so you can hear everything that's being said. Football is almost impossible because the distance between the sidelines and the stands are so far that nobody hears them. You got the helmets on, and in baseball now with the nets up, but you can hear everything from the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the Astros, and fuck out too big. Credit to the Garden crowd for that, but you know being banned from an arena is one thing. I think they should be banned league wide because
Oh yeah,
what's the
absolutely.
difference between I can just boo you from I could do this at another arena. I'm banned from MSG. Let me just go to Barclays and do the same thing over there. I mean, there has to be uh, never mind the arena. I mean, it's a good start, but
Mm-hmm.
they have to go a step further and maybe go league wide or uh, maybe across the entire sports spectrum because it could be a problem later on as crowds increase
Mm-hmm.
across every sport.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you take it just like when you run on the field. What happened? If you enter it's just crazy. It's just people got to get smarter. I mean, you go there to enjoy the game. There's a yell. It's your right to boo, cheer,
Yeah,
do what you got to do, say what you want, except for fuck James Dolan. He boots your ass out. But yeah, it got to stop. These fans, just because you pay your money, that don't mean you can do whatever you want. It's
yeah,
just, no. You can't do anything. Some things you can do, but there's a line. Yeah, I would have done. I'm glad they took action on that quick and just got them out of here.
facts. So for Game 4, what adjustments would you like to see from the Knicks uh, in order to even up the series?
Staying home on their man. I mean, just don't even try to switch up. Just try to stay home on your man. Get in their face. I mean, bump dude. I get Franken in a bump freaking Trey Young around or something because the dude getting there every time, any which way he wants, he's getting in the lane, and that's a problem. Clint Capella, I know he's strong. Knock him off the block. I mean, RJ, take it to the rack a little bit more. Pull a Derrick Rose. Don't be scared to get in the rack. Don't just stand in the corner. Dude, you're athletic. You can get to the rack. Reggie Bullock has to hit his open shots because there's been a bunch of open shots that he didn't hit. Um, who else I want to see? Randall. Something got to happen. This just 0 for 7 starting up the games. It's just killing us. He plays 75% of what he did during the season. We're up 3-0.
They got to start him in the box, though.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
They got to start
Just
him in
get
the
him in the
box.
box, back him down, because then if you start double teaming, then there you go. You got everything out there. But yeah, get him down in the block, get a mismatch. Um, just something's got to change. I mean, Thibodeau, you can't go
Yeah,
with the same Gibson. I, I don't know. He's been playing well, but get and try to just damn man, I'm pissed. But just watching that game, it's just yeah. But yeah, we know we gotta change. It's Randall, you gotta get your head out your ass. RJ, you're young, I understand, but it's just can't keep doing the same things and expecting different results. It's not gonna happen.
yeah,
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Quickly, try to get him in a little bit more. Get him off screen. I see they don't run a lot of screens for the kid. Kid, one of your best shooters on the team. Hit somebody with a screen. Throw him up. I
yeah.
mean,
If Noel is your leading free throw shooter, that's the problem. You
mm-hmm.
know, Rose has been outstanding. Uh, it, Randall really has to get to the line, really make himself known. I think they'll make the proper adjustments to move Randall's starting point, free throw line, move him down in the box, and then eventually go back to the top of the key where he's most comfortable. But it seems like Atlanta's defense is like 2 steps ahead of him. and that's a major problem. And starting uh, roles on Trae Young, playing that pick and roll defense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, now he's hitting 30-footers. He's doing whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and like Chris Williams said, Randall's inability to open up the defense is definitely killing us. It is.
Yeah.
Because they just know Randall doesn't. We go as Randall goes pretty much. And that's how it was during the season, but it's not working now. And once again, Chris, thank you for your contributions. Noel played a gritty, gutsy game. Absolutely. He's playing hurt. He is. Gibson's holding it down, but, we need that inside presence. And Mitch would loom, I think he would loom really big right now. But like I said, you got to go out there and play. Series is not over. 2-1. It's not an insurmountable lead. Go out there, play hard, and let's see. I thought this was going to be the best series anyway out of the first round because it's evenly matched. It can go either way. I think the Knicks do take the next game. I think it's going to be a win-loss, win-loss, win-loss kind of thing. That's why we get to 6 or 7. But they know what they have to do. They absolutely do. And I want to see the gutsy, gritty Knicks that we've seen all season. Don't get too down on it. You got here for a reason. Let's see it. See what you got. You get punched in the mouth. See if you can get back up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to see. Grit of the Knicks, and exactly what they've been showing all season. Another Eastern Conference matchup. Not really much grit shown or shown here. Down in Philly, Sixers being all up on the Wizards, man. They're showing why they've been number 1 seed. Westbrook rolling his ankle, had popcorn thrown on him, unfortunately. But Tobias Harris, game 1. Game 2, Simmons and Embiid taking over. The Sixers are rolling now. Beal is doing his best, and Bertans is doing a disappearing act for Washington. There's not much here to discuss besides Philly's dominance. Well, what you got in the Sixers?
I'm sorry. Yeah, they just what is it to say? What Westbrook, Beal? That's all you got, and maybe Hatchamore, but it's pretty much lights out, and it's lights out for the Washington. It was great to see them in the playoffs. Knock on the door of the playoffs. You get in, see you later. Jazz, throw them out. But yeah, it's pretty bad. We all knew it was gonna happen. Either sleep or going in 5. That was pretty much it. And I think the sweep is coming. See you later, Washington. See you next year.
Yeah, I thought Washington would win a game or 2 based on that backcourt, but if Westbrook's hurt, then they're really done. Tobias Harris, we've been hiring him all year. It's just the playoffs usually mean that you see 1 or 2 players come up and go to another level. Mm-hmm. And I think in the Eastern Conference, we're seeing that with Tobias Harris. Yeah, but the difference between last year's Harris and this year's Harris is stark. Doc Rivers really deserves a lot of credit. Mm-hmm. 37 points, game 1, really showing that third option. This team is almost impossible to play, and Tybo on the defensive end really showing his worth. This Philly team is really damn good.
Oh yeah. They're complete. They're a pretty complete team when you really look at them. And defenses, you got to score, but defense is really the name of the game because you shut them down, and you can win yourself some games, and that's what they did the whole season. Embiid, they went as he went. He's another guy. If he's playing, he's healthy. They were going to win a bunch of games. Tobias Harris, mellow light. He'll light you. He can light you up at any time. And I think it's like you said, Doc Rivers trusted him that that he's going to go out and get a bucket. He's not a bad defender at all. And Simmons, the pressure's pretty much off. He gets to play his game. You don't have to worry about him jumpers. All you got to do is lock you down, get to the rim, hit his free throws at a high clip, and 76ers are good.
Yeah. Now, with this newfound success of Philly, we know the heartbreak they had in Game 7 with Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Philly fans have been a bit wild as far as Westbrook is concerned because it's not the first time they went at him. If you look at the picture, they got the fans throwing the middle fingers at him and all this nonsense. We discussed it a bit before with the fans as far as arenas are concerned. I think he's now banned in the arena regarding all events. So I think they also hold the Flyers games there too, and so in the concert. So he's banned from the arena for life. It's a stupid ass move. And Philly, you're right. I don't think they now. I don't think they win a game at all, considering Westbrook is now questionable for Game 3. Yeah, Philly in 4. They'll have another week off to take a look at this Knicks Hawks series. And as far as the Wizards are concerned, I wonder where they go in the offseason with Westbrook and Beal. Do they really consider dealing him to max out their to restock their talent?
Mm-hmm.
Because the difference between the top of the East and where they are, I don't think they'll be able to win in Beal's prime while he's there. So it'll be an interesting offseason.
Yeah, I think they have to. They gotta do what Houston did, but get better value. But but yeah, I think you do have to evaluate that and get Beal out of there because it's prime is here now. He's gonna want to win. Don't waste any more of his career.
Exactly. And Chris brings up a good point regarding Tobias Harris. So he needs him to step up in the Eastern Conference Finals for him to believe in it. So, right, he's here for Game 1. I mean, first series. We'll see if we can continue that process like Jamal Murray or Donovan Mitchell did last year in the playoffs. But yeah, Sixers firing on all cylinders. They're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Another downer of a series, the Heat and the Bucks. We had our man Jason on last week. Credit to him. Thanks for coming on. My man said Heat in 5. It could be Heat in 5 years because yeah, Jimmy and those guys are. This Bucks team's a different animal.
Yeah, they are. And I don't think he believed in Drew Holiday, but man, he's been a factor. He's been a factor. Middleton will put it on. They lost DiVincenzo, but Giannis is playing like an MVP. He's playing like he wants it. Brook Lopez doing his thing. They're showing this is the Milwaukee team you want to see. You knew they were going to dominate. They get into modes, they're hard to stop. And they're playing with a chip on their shoulder because they knew they should have been in the finals last year. They knew it. They didn't show up last year. You had the Duncan Robinsons of the world lighting you up. Tyler Hero became a household name a little bit. That's taking a step back. Bam Adebayo is doing what he can. Jimmy Butler, of course, is doing Jimmy Butler things, but this is when everybody else has to step up. Kendrick Nunn's, playing for that big contract, which you'll probably get it, but
what, $15 million a year?
Yeah, about 15. And restricted free agency. Somebody give it to him. Don't you dare say it. But
I won't.
Thank you. No, but yeah, it's Bucks. The Bucks might walk away with a sweep and move on because the Heat, they don't have anything this series except for that first game. Nothing.
Yeah, that was a tough shot by Middleton. He was double teamed, and we've been high on Middleton for years. Sean White's a max contract guy, but the Heat just don't have the firepower. They're looking like they're making it seem as if the bubble was a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it was a fluke.
No, they were just hot. They got
yeah,
hot.
The Heat were definitely hot. I think the scouting report is now out on Hero and Duncan Robinson and the Nuns. That's where that third star was needed. They needed the Harden. They needed the Beal. Or if anybody thought Oladipo was going to do it, you're out your mind. But maybe Oladipo, the worst kept secret staying in Miami. He goes in on a discount and they could trade for that third star they need. Like the Beal, it's going to cost them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You hear talk to Kawhi. I don't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Kawhi's gonna go where he's not gonna get traded. He's just gonna go where he wants to go.
But the Bucks this year, I thought Holiday was the perfect fit. That two-way player. But you look at the other guys who's really stepping up. It's Bryn Forbes and
Yep.
Brook Lopez is showing back in his Brooklyn days that he actually can play on the inside, really rim protecting.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Tucker and Bobby Portis. This bench and it's like a different mindset for this Bucks team, and they finally showing it as they made no doubt about Game 2 and Game 3 with 30-point wins. I mean, if it plays out, this Milwaukee Brooklyn series might be the best series in the playoffs. Maybe next to the finals. If I were Brooklyn, the Milwaukee team is the one I'm probably most afraid of because of their defensive ability. Never mind Embiid. Giannis never mind the 15 seconds he takes with every free throw. This Milwaukee team looks really, really scary.
Mm-hmm. Especially with Giannis averaging 16 playoff. I believe he's leading everyone in the playoffs with 16 rebounds a game. He's just doing it all, man. Can't deny how good this team is, and excited to see how far they're gonna go.
Yeah. Wearing black is Miami's funeral for them. So nice knowing you, Jimmy Butler. He sounded upset. I think he was upset, earlier in the year when they didn't get that third person.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna really go hard after him this off season and really reassess that roster and knowing what's at stake here. Because once you get Jimmy upset, it's starting to look like Minnesota and Chicago all over again, and nobody wants to replay all of that.
Nah, you think they'll give up Hero now? What's popping? I mean,
oh man, good morning to our good friend Johnny, formerly of the lab. I mean, if you check out his food, Johnny Blaze Kitchen, if you catch it on IG, man, that he got some amazing food going on over there. Good morning to him. And he gives us the news that Mike Eaton passed away.
I just read that. That's crazy. Two-time defensive player of the year. Yeah, notable for the big dunk. What's the no? It wasn't him. Sorry, but I know he's known defensive guy. Really good defensive player for the Jazz. Defensive player of the year twice. Solid. I believe he's a Hall of Famer.
7'4", man. That's
size.
Yeah. Condolences to his family and the Utah Jazz. It's always rough when one of in the fraternity passes away. So, it's a rough go, man. Shout out to Mark Eaton.
Definitely. RIP to him. And Johnny, no, I'm not mad at all. Hate to see the teams lose. I mean, it's rough. I mean, especially when I don't mind. I always mind a loss, but when you just playing all over the place and just playing dumb basketball, it wears on you. But trust me, I ain't mad yet. Like I said, we're playing with house money, so I'm cooling the other side of the pillow.
Oh man! Just speaking of other side, cool than the other side of the pillow. Jason Tatum was at last night for the Celtics, dropping a 50-piece on Brooklyn. I wouldn't say they're back in the series, but they have a punch of chance now at 2-1. I thought he would win them a game in the series. That's the game they win. It's still Brooklyn in 5. KD dropped 41. Harden dropped 39. Kyrie was nowhere to be found as the crowd booed him last night. But Brooklyn in the first two games of the series, much was made about their defense. During the year, they played outstanding defense in games 1 and 2. Game 3 was a bit lacking to me because KD is the best defender on the team, and yes, he's guarding Durant, but this is where you mentioned earlier as far as the switching defense, and it's prevalent in the NBA. Just switching everything. It's not even good screens, half-ass screens, uh, you know, just bad screens. They're just switching everything with no regard. When you have Blake Griffin on Jason Tatum out on the perimeter, it's barbecue chicken every time.
Absolutely, man. That's never gonna work. I don't know what the hell Nash was thinking. Like, what? No, I can't even think of an excuse for that. What are you doing? Don't you have Cabarro? I mean, just what is up with these guys not using their best defenders to try to? That's the only really guy you got to check. Like Kemba Walker, okay, what is he gonna do by himself? Tatum is the guy you have to zero in on. Like he drops 50. Like no, get Cabarro. That's your best guy defensively, really on the team. And they're like, whatever. I'm drop 50, but this is the game. Nets took a game off. I don't care what anybody said. Well, besides those two, it was like whatever. Let's say Kyrie took the day off.
I think, I think the crowd kind of maybe got to him a bit because he was missing a lot of layups and his mid-range shot was kind of off. But missing Jeff Green, I think, was huge. It allowed them to play Claxton more, and once Boston went into that trap zone defense and they forced Claxton to make decisions, it showed that his offensive game needs a lot of work. Jeff Green, it allows you to play that switching 1 through 5 defensively and able to play Tatum much better. But I think the switching defense is something that they have to really address as far as their ability to stay on their man and not switch so easily. Fight over the screens and playing under. Credit Marcus Smart, he's knocking down a lot of threes. Fournier played well last night, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm not too worried about Brooklyn because their defense was on point for games 1 and 2. I still think they win the series, but it's just the switching defense in the NBA is taking more pride in playing their man. That's why I think Milwaukee and Philly kind of have the edge on them, but it's ISO gang in Brooklyn, and they're just better.
That's the set that I read. But with Kyrie, that's what usually happens. They take a game off, and they're gonna smack you the next one. So I can clearly, honestly, I can see Brooklyn winning by 15 to 20 the next game. They're a team that you can't think just because you get one game on them that this might be our chance to get back it. Nah, buddy, they gonna come back hard, and they're gonna shove the leaf clover up your ass. But just saying.
Yeah, for all the time they missed, their offense still looks pretty good. It's just like I said, if it's the switching defense, anybody other than Durant playing Tatum, you're doing them a favor. Blake Griffin and I like Bruce Brown. He's good, but he's going to draw up fouls on Tatum like tomorrow. You got Kyrie and Harden, who's just not going to give you all the effort every play. Durant has to stick to Tatum the entire time. It's just the ability to fight over screens. That's all it really is.
And the length too. It's big.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Tatum hit a lot of tough shots. That step back was, and he was cooking all day yesterday. But credit to Boston, they showed some fight. They were down 19-4 yesterday and really fought back. I just want them to close out Game 4 and get Boston out of here because now they're going to 17,000 fans next game, and Kyrie was talking about subtle racism, and Boston is known for that. Let's not get it twisted. So
Yeah,
And,
that's for damn sure.
yeah, 17,000 fans. It's just more of an opportunity for Boston to show their ass if they're ready to. So I just want to get this win, get out of here, and close them out. Look at Milwaukee.
Yep, that's pretty much what you want to do. James Harden, I mean, he hit him with the cross, leaving dudes lost. I mean, that's what that's about. But yeah, Kyrie, just get your head in the game. It's playoff time. You know, play how we know you can play, and just get out of there. Like get your head straight. Do what you want to do in the off season. Because right now ain't the time to take days off. I'm sorry. Don't give games away.
Yeah, I agree there, man. And look out west. One of the more interesting series, the Suns and the Lakers. Suns up 2-1. We got Chris Paul in the playoffs. We got Chris Paul injury, unfortunately, man.
Yo, the first game is just the pick. Boom, he goes down, holding. I said, "Oh my God, here we go." Dude has the worst luck in the playoffs, man. It's like a curse at this damn point. But he got posted in the group, and he had that look in his eye when he lost. I'm telling you, about to go to his other gun out the car and shoot everybody at the park, man. But yeah, Phoenix, they still have a chance in this series, but LeBron had that look in his eye. We all seen it before. Like, listen, this is getting ridiculous. Like, if I got to do it myself, I'm going to do it myself. But the Suns really, I don't know, they're too good of a team to play so bad. It's irritating watching them because the Lakers really don't. Okay, they got AD and Braun. THT is not doing anything. KCP is, you got LeBron yelling at him like, listen, I'll give you the ball and tell you to shoot. You need to shoot the ball. He's scared to shoot. What the hell is that? Kuzma, has he done anything in this series?
Nope.
Have you seen him? I mean, milk carton, get him out. I'm trying to think. Caruso, what's he doing? I mean, it's
Drummond played well the last game, but Marcus Gasol want to get some minutes. It's really the Suns go as Chris Paul goes, and if he's not knocking down that mid-range shot, it really limits a lot of what they can do. And with that shoulder injury, he looks limited on the floor.
Yeah, it's so bad. His shots are like, you can tell they're forced. He's really like kind of pushing it instead of having that fluid motion. Yeah, it looks pretty bad, man. Damn.
And Booker, it looks like he's trying. He's trying to do what he can do, but
yeah,
it's like he's not doing enough for what his star level should be. And we need a lot more than Jay Crowder. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Booker, he seems like he's trying to facilitate more and like make up for Paul not being able to, but you can't do that. You got to be able to play your game. Go off the screens. Booker, you're a shooter. Shoot. Just light him up. We all know you can hit him, man. Just play your game. He's not. He's going away. He's going far away from his game.
Mm-hmm.
Just weird.
And credit the Lakers. They're locking in on defense a bit more. AD was disappeared game 1, games 2 and 3. He's been on point, and now LeBron is, besides flopping everywhere, and he had a nice reverse move on Jay Crowder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we looked at game 1, the confrontation between Chris Paul and LeBron on the free throw line, and it led to Harrell and Cameron Payne coming in, Payne getting ejected.
Mm-hmm.
You think that was a dirty play by Chris Paul? Or
Yeah, it was.
Was it flopping by LeBron?
Oh, yeah, it was. Nah, he undercut him. They showed it a few times. Yeah, you can't do that. I know Chris Paul, he's sneaky like that, but that play, nah, that was pretty dirty. Like, dude's jumping in there, and you basically, let's get under him. Like, yeah, come on, man. You're a pro. I don't have time for that. Don't do that.
He turned out his best friend, but
Banana Mo don't mean shit in the playoffs.
Throw his ass overboard.
Yo, for real.
Swim back.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was pretty dirty, man. But Phoenix, they're still in it. I mean, still a good team. But Chris Paul, let's see what he does. But let's see if he can be useful. And yeah, it's great to be a leader on the floor, but if you can't do what you usually do and be that guy for your team that they need, might have to agree with you, man. They might be in trouble.
Yeah, but it's like the narrative will never change on Paul. Big moment, always hurt. This one, that one, and it's such a shame for such a first ballot Hall of Famer. But you know, it's just a luck of the draw sometimes, man. It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
The other night, when the Lakers won, Booker pushes Schroeder in the air, got a flagrant one. One. Do you think that was
Mm-hmm.
a dirty play from Booker?
That and frustration. I mean, just this, man. But yeah, I mean, you knew it was coming. They've been throwing those out, and you really can't do too much because they will flag you for that kind of thing. It's 50-50 for me. I mean, you look at that and they kicking dude in the nuts. But yeah, I think that was more frustration. But you do things out of frustration. If it looks, more on the malice side, yeah, you're gonna have to call that. But you can't get out of your thoughts. You can't play dumb, and you can't get out of pocket because these refs will find any kind of reason, especially when you play in a team like the Lakers. I'm not saying the refs are in their pockets, but certain teams get certain calls. It's just how it goes. That's the way of the league. And Booker got out of pocket on that play.
Yeah, that's what Chris Paul was saying because Scott Foster has been the ref for 11 of the last 11 games, and he's starting to say that it should be investigated. But I mean, I think it's a reach by Chris Paul, but
Yeah.
there might be some validity to it if the numbers show it. I think he's just trying to work the refs with his neck for this series because it's not like a tall order for the Suns if Paul is injured and Booker is not playing up to standard. So, they start trying to put the focus on the refs instead of their actual play.
Mm-hmm. You can't blame the refs all the time.
Yeah, who you have taken this series?
I'm gonna stick with the Suns in 6. If they can do it, that surprised me if the Lakers won. Not really. I just like going with the underdog here.
Mm-hmm.
But that was before Chris Paul got hurt. Now I'm kind of like, it might be Lakers in 6. The way the momentum swung, and when the Lakers get momentum, they're hard to stop. And I think I'm gonna go Lakers because I don't know if Chris Paul is gonna bounce back. So I'm gonna go Lakers in 6. I'm gonna have to fall back on that. Yeah, with Chris Paul getting hurt like that, and not being able to hit his shots, yeah, it might be Lakers in 6.
Now you hopping off the boat then?
Now with Chris Paul getting hurt, man, what the hell are you gonna rely on? Cameron Payne? What the hell? Come on, man. Shit, banana split. Damn. But yeah, definitely. If he's healthy, different story. But yeah, they just looked defeated, man. For that second game, they took their damn heart.
Yeah, they damn sure did. And if Drummond is actually playing with purpose, then they really had no chance.
Yeah, it's done. You learning from Braun and the damn sideline. They over there.
Pulling the old lean back pose. Yeah, all right, Drummond. The Clips and the Mavs. Clips really showed some fight last night, winning game 3. Only put Pat Bev on the bench because he would get bullied by Luka.
You're big bully.
Yeah, too small, homie, too small. But Mavs still up 2-1. Look, I think game 4 is on Sunday. Kawhi and Paul George played well. Kawhi, they really played well all series. Really looking for some help. Serge Ibaka is, missed game 3. they need him in the fold in order to win the series. But the fact they stopped playing Beverly, went more Jackson and Rondo, really shows you where they are as a team. Uh, you know, Ty Lue making the adjustments, and KP just totally disappeared. Getting fined for going to strip clubs. If you know, Ben decided, just put up 8 points, 3 rebounds last night. I think Lucas hurt his shoulder too. Um, maybe game 3 is what the Clippers needed for that mental toughness and get themselves right. Do you see the Mavs in trouble for game 4 in this series?
Absolutely, because KP, you can't be dropping. You can't be the star guy. Well, one of the star guys dropping 8 and 3, and you need to get on your duty and stop thinking about the booty. But otherwise, Luka, he's gonna play. He plays his ass off every game. That's the one thing I always like about Luka. He's competitive. He plays with heart. And Tim Hardaway, man, let's give it up for him. The dude's been efficient, 6 to 10 from 3, shooting over 60% from 2s. Most of his points coming off from assists. And he's getting open shots. Like, the dude was like 4 feet away from him. So he's like, oh, yeah, you want to leave me this much room? Averaging 24 points a game. So you're getting it there. But if KP steps it up just a little bit, give him that 20-point effort, that 20-10 effort, everybody knows you have the skill to do this. Clippers are done. But since now you let him back in the series, it's going to be a problem. You got to hope to God that Luka's not, hurt. But I still think Clippers in 7. I'm going to go Clippers in 7, though. I just feel like Dallas is not going to be able to hold it.
Yeah, this is where that Luka KP connection really gets tested. But you're right about Hardaway. He's been really awesome this series. Matter of fact, he's been really good all year.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
He's looking for a contract extension himself, and he got paid by the Knicks before. I think he's getting another payday in his future. Good fit for that team. I still think he's a 6-man, a spot starter, but he shoots in volume. He's gotten better. I like what Hardaway can bring, but you're right, KP. He can't be milk carton. He out here looking for the booty, like you say. You just need more from him, and it's not too much to ask, but Kawhi and PG really showing their mental fortitude, and all the talk of Kawhi leaving, PG is he stuck there? Do you see any validity to Kawhi ever leaving the Clippers?
If they lose the series, he absolutely will leave.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he would. Listen, if you get bounced twice earlier than what you expected, and the team's not working, well, it's something there. You're just like, should I really do it? As a Knicks fan, I want to see Kawhi, because I think you slot him in our lineup, will look a lot better. But yeah, they lose this series, they win it. I can see Kawhi, okay, really thinking about it. But they lose this series, the dude is good as gone. But yeah, PG's not helping with his, especially shooting deep. Dude is like 3 for 15. Nicholas Batum is shooting better than him at 50%. And man, PG, yeah, he had one good game, but you're gonna need to step up, because Kawhi is just like, listen, I ain't come here. You gotta think of it though. When Kawhi was looking out in the Toronto crowd, you think he said, shit, I'm going to LA and expected this. You gotta. Oh man, but yeah, you're making an easy decision for Kawhi to step if they lose this series. But I think Clippers in 7 though.
And I think this is where the Clippers kind of screwed up around the trade deadline. Granted, they don't have the draft pick to really give away. Rondo, I thought, was a consolation prize. They needed Lowry in there. Pat Bev is done, man. He serves no purpose other than a mouthpiece. getting worked by Luka, got benched game 3. Can't shoot. Reggie Jackson took his spot.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of decisions for the Clippers. I still think Kawhi stays.
Hmm.
I thought he should have stayed in Toronto personally, but I can see why he went home.
So that shit don't work out, man.
I still think even if they lose, Kawhi stays. I think he has too much invested in this. Nobody. What's the narrative going to be? Oh, I left San Antonio. Now I leave Toronto. Oh, things got tough. I'm out of LA too. I want another situation. I don't see that happening.
Shit, Braun did it. I'm just with the Cleveland. Oh, fuck this. I ain't getting enough help. We got you some help. That was like college for me. Let me go back. I'm going back home to win a championship. I got my championship. Fuck Cleveland again. I'm going to LA. I'm going to finish my career off in LA. Well, and then I swear to God, if he ends up in New York, I might have a fit. I just have that lingering feeling in the back of my mind that, oh, you know what? I always want to play 80, 41 games at the Garden, so why not now while I'm 41 years old? Yeah, anyway. But yeah. Kawhi and LeBron did it. Kawhi wouldn't put it past him. He seems like a calm kind of guy, but we'll see. We will see. But it's going to be one to watch, though.
Yeah, definitely. The Portland Trailblazers, Denver Nuggets. Denver up 2-1. Joker showing why he's MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Lillard's a one-man show. He needs some help. Nurkic isn't helping him. Canner isn't helping him. I mean, McCollum has been,
Melo, I think Melo playing Melo McCollum.
Yeah. He's showing some vintage moves. Definitely lost a step, but he extended his range well. Denver is getting contributions from guys like Austin Rivers and JaMychal Green and Marcus Howard, leading scorer out in college last year. What can Portland do to kind of right the ship here?
Pray. CJ, what you can do is CJ McCollum actually start playing some damn ball, and Nurkic just, I don't know what happened. What are you playing against? I know you always had like a kind of probably a problem with Jokic because he was the one that they picked over you. Well, they made the right decision. Now you're making it just like, damn, we did the right thing. We got rid of his ass, and look at us. We got an MVP now. But yeah, it runs with McCollum. Lillard can't. Dave, we'll see you in New York. But but yeah, it's just looking bad right now. It's nothing really can do except for McCollum. McCollum's really the guy that backcourt. It was always CJ and Dame, not Dame. He has to get it going. I mean, is Canner doing anything? I mean, I haven't seen
besides getting work, no.
Pissing people off and getting work, no. So, man, you're not seeing anything from anybody else. And 37, shout out to Melo, happy birthday, 37-year-old Melo, doing better than your second best player. You're not winning a series like that. And Denver, they're down, and so if anything, this is the time to do it. If you're gonna steal a series, this is gonna be the one. Because whoever the hell you face next you think it's gonna be a cakewalk? I mean, no, you might get worked. You're gonna get worked by the next team if you start playing like this. But Denver, they're still. It just sucks. Every time I talk about this, it just bothers me that Jamal Murray went down because I really think they had a really good shot, like anybody else, to go to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
This could have been the year to do it. But we'll see. But Portland, I think they're in trouble and some major doo-doo.
Yeah, and they made the move for Powell. They had Anthony Simons coming off the bench. Norman Powell was destined to be that third guy, that defensive that 3-and-D guy that supposed to take that next level up. But they're not really getting much of any consistency from the bench or their supporting cast. Lillard made never really made any proclamations as far as getting help or needing help, but it looks like you can see it on his face. Portland goes through stretches where they don't score and when they get hot, and Lillard carries the team by himself. If Portland goes down in this series, do you think he requests a trade?
Dame's such a loyal guy. I'm having a hard time seeing that, but it's just so much you can take. If dude's a winner, man, he's not going to want to go through 2 or 3 more years out of his prime to try to carry his team on his back. So, they got to do some soul searching. I don't think anybody really wants to come to Portland. There won't be anybody in their prime saying, "Oh shit, I want to go to Portland." He's going to have to go somewhere else if he wants to help. Now it's going to go to whoever is going to ante up to get him, because we all know his freaking price. The way he's playing now, I think he's the one of the only players to average 30-5 in 3 straight playoff games. He'll probably make it 4 today or tonight. Is it today or tonight?
It's later on today.
Okay, so yeah, if he does it again, the price keeps going up, and so much a guy can take. You just can't keep losing and losing and losing and be okay with that situation. I know he's a loyal guy, but
yeah, perennial MVP candidate. You think the Knicks make a run at him?
At this point, what I saw last night, yeah, do it. I mean, figure out what. I mean, if you're gonna keep Randall, you're gonna have to give up Obi, which I really don't want to see. But the way Randall played in the season, Obi's gonna get like 15 minutes a game, especially in a Tibbs run team. So there's no need to keep him there. Next year I'll probably get castrated by that. But you just can't keep a guy like that around and not let him reach it. He was an older, college guy coming out. You got to let him go somewhere where he's going to get 20, 25 minutes and let him ball out. So the picks are there. It's a stopping point. So when I say picks, maybe 2, 3 is really pushing it. And then Obi, I don't know what the hell Knox going to get anything in he's hardly in the rotation. I don't know what that he's a throw-in. Yeah. But they're going to have to figure around the picks. But you got to get on the phone. It's a call I would make, see what they want. If it's too much, hang up the phone, whatever, go out to somebody else. But I'll make a call on him. But I like Dame, absolutely. I've been praising the guys since he came in the league. So why not?
We'll put that out there.
I'm not giving out urges.
Dame time to New York. We'll start that hashtag.
You know what time it is.
Yep, you have a series of Jazz and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies really showing some fight, grit and grind. Ja Morant. We've talked about Tobias Harris having the Eastern Conference as that player to take the next level. Ja Morant is the guy in the Western Conference who's taking that next level up. 47 points in the loss, but Donovan Mitchell missing game 1, came in game 2, proved to be the difference. Mm-hmm. Bogdanovich tried to bring him back in game 1, but fell a bit short. Jazz put up a $138, showing why they were the number 1 seed. Gobert with his defensive presence. Dillon Brooks has played well. I think the Grizzlies need more from their bench. Mm-hmm. Jaren Jackson's really struggling. The Grayson Allen's doing Grayson Allen things. Nothing.
No. This ain't Duke anymore, kid. Yeah. you ain't the top dog. you got to make your way, man.
Where do you see the Jazz coming in as far as this series? Do you think they're finally on the right track with all their pieces?
Absolutely. Once Donovan Mitchell came back and he played like that, okay, Memphis is going to be in trouble. They're going to fight. Ja Morant's going to play his heart out. Dillon Brooks, he has guys that can, go to war with him. But this Jazz team is going to be proved too strong. I mean, they got the game with Mitchell not playing. That was great. But, yeah, Ja's dropping 47. You losing, it's not looking good for you. They just, once the Jazz turn it up, especially when Ingles and Bog, he does it. Gobert, you know what you're going to get from him. Clarkson, once they start turning it up on you, dropping $138, that was just a prelude. Now you're going to get the main show because Memphis is in for a freaking war. I mean, the Jazz, once they start getting your ass, it's hard to stop. It really is.
Yeah, as they've proven during the regular season, winners of 17 straight. So this team is real. I like their chances coming out the West, but credit to the Grizzlies. I think Ja's finally taken that step towards superstardom as self-proclaimed top 5 point guard in the league. You know, maybe this is that stepping stone towards that next level for the Grizzlies. But the flack he's taken out in Utah from the fans, the racist remarks and whatnot. This isn't the first time we've heard this nonsense from Utah fans. You heard it from Mitchell, you heard it from Westbrook. Maybe Utah lacks color. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Utah.
It is.
They try to poison Michael Jordan. I mean, they did poison Michael Jordan. I'm just saying. I mean, that you kind of tie into that. Like, damn, y'all take it to another level. But just can it be that bad? Me personally, if I gotta go through all that during my plate, hell no. I'll make you suffer the fuck out of there. You can have your damn all vanilla tea. See you later.
Stockton was a point guard for 20 years?
Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody beating him. Ain't nobody gonna be above him ever. Great white hope, John Stockton. But yeah, you gotta expect it in certain towns like that, the Bostons and then the Utahs, and where Boston's pretty diverse for the most part, but still, you're gonna get those fans that's been in there, that's been season ticket holder for like 20, 30 years, and they don't give a shit. But yeah, Utah wouldn't be on my, top places of destinations to go to play.
Absolutely. No, and that's funny because Mitchell has that max deal. If these fans are going around, spewing racial nonsense, and we heard it from players in Boston like Marcus Smart and Tristan Thompson, why would Mitchell want to stay around for the same nonsense? It just leads to another dynamic, but I don't think fans really think about they cheer for players that are in their home, play for their hometown, but it's another level personally to where what it's just about sports and it's one thing. It's just weird. It's sad to see, and these guys are human first, ball players second. It's at some point to a man, you got to look at where you are and ask how much can you take. And I hope that I hope in the future that these fans can hold themselves accountable and stop all that nonsense because it's just not right.
Nope. Same with Cleveland. You know what they probably called LeBron when he finally left, but when he came back, oh yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, just like Dan Gilbert, he's straight disrespecting you. I'll show when he came back, oh bro. I mean, no. I mean, you disrespect me once. Now, next time I come to Utah, I'm just gonna kill you. I'm scoring 50 every time. I'm gonna laugh. See y'all later.
Yeah.
Just give me deuces as I'm walking out the tunnel, walking back into the tunnel. But hopefully Mitchell, hope he gets out of there. After this contract. Like fans like that don't deserve good players. You can take your Karl Malones.
Never guy you hope to see in the Knicks uniform.
Who? You?
Yeah.
Well, he should have been in a Knicks uniform in the beginning. Like, you know how that went. Just saying. He wasn't. He wasn't doing it. He was decent enough in college to pick him over Frank. I'll tell you that much. But thanks, Phil. Appreciate it. Another one that you effed up for us.
Oh man.
Must be nice.
Get
a check, smoke weed in Montana, and chill out.
Yeah. Speaking of disrespect, we know the Kwame Brown being in his list. Stephen A. Smith came in last week, had a 9-minute video with a minute low light. Kwame Brown really, really disrespecting his game, and he didn't take it didn't go personal like Stephen A. Kwame Brown did. I mean, what'd you make of Stephen A.'s response to Kwame?
it was kind of perfect. He didn't. He was gonna hurt him by showing his plays. I mean, we all know. Yeah, we get it. Oh, he was the best player in high school, blah, blah, blah. But when you got to the league, 12 years. There's a lot of players that really weren't that great, but just made it. They were decent enough to stay on the team, or they needed size. Luckily, he had size, but just dropping the ball, doing that. His IQ was like, even hearing him talk. Let's be honest, it's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and I think I've seen enough of Kwame Brown. Back then, he wasn't the smartest player on the court, and Stephen A. Smith basically did what any journalist or somebody in position does. Oh, roll that tape. Let's see. Go find those Kwame Brown low lights. Got him? All right, thanks. Bring it on this show. Now, we know what it's about. But Stephen A. Smith, he handled it perfectly, though. He didn't have to get disrespectful. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I come on a week later, I thought it was a pretty good response. It was funny. Mm-hmm. He had 1 minute of low lights. He said he had 15 more, which I don't doubt. Mm-hmm. Will Kwame respond? Who knows? Probably. But honestly, I hope for Kwame's sake, he finds something at peace with himself, because these past 2 weeks he's really like gone off. I think it was it was funny at first, but now I'm honestly starting to be concerned.
Yeah, because it's like, you're just like, dude, like, that's bringing back bad memories for that guy. Things like that cut you off, man. But sometimes you just got to be strong-willed, and you got to be. Listen, you've been taking it for this long. I mean, you've been the ass of every joke, and we all know it sucks that your NBA career didn't go as well as you wanted it to be. But hey, look back on it. Like he said, you lasted 12 years in the damn NBA, man. Not a lot of people can actually say that. You can fall back on that. I don't think he's bankrupt. I mean,
no.
Hey, be happy. You still got money in your pocket. You still could do a lot of things people can't. Just be happy. Whatever. I'm a bust. Okay, I still got money, though. I still did it. I still did what a lot of people thought I was going to, flame out in the league. You can't say you flamed out in 12 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. Hopefully he doesn't do anything crazy. But.
Yeah, I hope so, too. I just hope he finds a platform besides his YouTube videos and IG lives and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I hope he finds a national platform, someone willing to go on, let him tell his story, and bury the hatchet with everyone, because I think now it's starting to get a little too much, because I think it may lead down a road to where you can't save him from himself, and someone has to come in, like, you know what, Kwame, that's it, man. Tell your side. Let's bury this. Maybe Stephen A. I don't know. I don't think he's going on with Matt and Stephen Jackson, because I think that's a bridge too far burned. Mm-hmm. But I do think it goes on TV, or some third party, an arbitrator or whatever, moderator, come in and tell his side and let it go, because I think there's a lot of pent up anger that he had to let out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just that get your platform, like you said. Step back. No, but yeah, you just go say your piece and just move on, man. It's nothing. Of course, people are going to joke about you. Look at Derek Fisher. You don't see him going. Listen, we all know what happened with that Matt Barnes. You all know that situation. You don't see them going off acting all crazy and blah blah blah. What they do? Fisher's a coach on the team, and Matt Barnes got his own podcast with Steven Jackson, excuse me, and all the smoke. You want to bring it all out there? There you go. Got a platform. Get it all out there.
Yeah.
I don't want them in the same room, no, chill.
No, that ain't gonna work.
Nah, it's just
That ain't gonna work.
freaking video only.
Yeah, Derek Fisher got his own problems out in LA. He's running that team into the ground. But
I sound familiar.
NBA maybe looking into a mid-season tournament, kind of like the WNBA with the Commissioner's Cup.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't think the NBA needs a mid-season tournament. They already got the All-Star game that hardly anybody wants to participate in. The play-in tournament adds enough spice to the regular season. Mm-hmm. I think the mid-season tournament, it's taking too long for them to have this.
Yeah. WNBA can do it because it's short. It's way shorter. Mm-hmm. So it's cool, and plus it could bring more revenue to them and more interest in it. Yeah, but the NBA, no, don't even go down that avenue. Yeah. You can do something fun to WNBA. Do something like that. Let them, help them out getting more sponsors, stuff like that. Do it that way. Just don't do it on your own. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, I have seen that Chris Paul Sabrina State Farm commercial. I like
it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's cool. And I know we missed it last week. Sabrina with the triple-double, and Liberty really playing well. They're 4-1. I think they're playing Atlanta today. So
yep.
They're really off to a strong start. Mm-hmm. I know Natasha Howard's out for 4 weeks.
Yeah, she went down. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, it's rough, man. But the league that league, WNBA in the whole, they're really suffering some major injuries themselves. Mm-hmm. Candace Parker out with ankle injury. Quigley's out. Mm-hmm. Taurasi's out. Yeah, I mean they're really going through it, but they're making it strong in their 25th year. Connecticut's out 6-1 start. Jonquel Jones, 20-10-5 average on the season. So they're moving along, but I like where the Liberty's going.
Yeah.
You see the play-in tournament here to stay. I know they're really strongly considering it, make it permanent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no problem with it. Honestly, it gives it another dynamic, and it brings I think that helps ratings. You really think about it, because it's games you really have to pay attention to, because you're like, oh, okay, and teams are going to be invested in it. Like, damn, I don't want to get this spot. And team is an extra initiative for other teams to play hard and get into that top 6. Mm-hmm. So you're not battling and have to play, 3 or 4 extra games just to get into the actual playoffs. So it does make it interesting, especially if you're close, like a lot of teams are. Yeah, it makes it fun. I hope it's here to stay, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I know they might tweak it a bit, but I also hope it's here to stay.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Well, they tweak it as long as it's the right thing. Yeah, go.
Facts. And J. Cole, his basketball over in Africa is done. I think grand total of 5 points, 3 boards, and maybe 5 assists. He's leaving because of family reasons. He did hand out sneakers before he left, but just goes to show that professional game, even semi-pro, isn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to J. Cole for trying. He brought some publicity over to the international game, and again, that album was pretty good, man. And credit to him for trying, man. Say like a family emergency or something that you had to go. So
yeah, I mean, so you did what a lot of people won't dare to do at his age, man. Props to him, man. He took care of business on his actual career.
yeah, he damn sure did, man. It was cool to see. Did a lot of things people dream of. So I can't knock him for that.
Nope.
I mean, I can knock him for the bricks, but it is what it is.
3-3-3-3-3.
I think we're about good here. I know it's Memorial Day weekend. The Total Basis podcast is taking a bit of a hiatus. They're coming back next week if you're looking for your fantasy baseball needs. Pick up some guys. Well, third of a way into the season. A lot of rainouts, a lot of doubleheaders. You got your pitchers. You look up prospects coming in. Sean and Felipe doing an excellent job projecting those guys and keeping you afloat. The players to pick up. I know Memorial Day is Monday, but Vince and Henry will be on this Wednesday with Donk City as the Yankees lose to the Tigers last night. So they'll be all over that. Yeah. Yeah, we get to hear Vince go off on Boone's bullpen madness. That's always, that's always good to listen to. The Audible be back next Tuesday as they're in the off season. My line's looking good. Jets, Zach Wilson getting the crash course in reality in New York. Drivers are cutting him off. So
just play your ass over. You get on that field. That's all I care about.
Yeah. The past episode, they took a look at the future free agents coming up and their projected contracts and destinations. So that's always a good listen there. And Thursday, we have the Work Shoot Wrestling podcast. I think SummerSlam is now moved to Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever they do now is mind-boggling, but they're getting live crowds back. So hopefully that'll put some juice into what their product is, because
it's god awful. I'm just thank God for memories.
Yeah. Above, I think New Japan coming in now.
No, I think that's so in the group, most people hoping that doesn't happen, but just because they say it's not going to happen now, I mean it's not. It's not actually going to happen. We don't know what goes on, in the background, and if money's going to be made, people are going to do it. Just always remember that. But yeah, they were in talks with, New Japan, and I want to see where that goes. WWE will ruin it. Listen, just let them do it. Ain't nothing's going to be ruined. If anything, WWE's going to look stupid if they screw it up. But we'll see what happens. But it'll be real interesting. So, those guys do a really great job at breaking things down on each promotion, and a great listen. Definitely give them out. Shout out to Corey and Jason and all the other guys.
Oh yeah, Zombie Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, fuck that. That was trash. Sorry. What the fuck they were doing on that one? That made me shut it off right then and there. And I went back when it was done.
Quick.
Yep. I'm saying.
But you can catch all our podcasts. Subscribe to the Life Group Podcast Network on YouTube or Anchor, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple, however you receive your podcast. And we'll be catching more of this playoff action continuing today and all through next week. And, if your team's in it, good luck to them, unless you're Boston. So it's been a good week, man. Any parting words for the audience, bro?
Same deal. Just thank you everybody for all the life groups, especially in our basketball life. I almost call it Bowls life, but thank you guys for all your contributions. We always appreciate it. We're going to try to keep bringing you this content whenever we can. Hopefully we get some more guys on here to come on and shoot the stuff with us. And we appreciate all the support as usual.
Facts. Always good stuff, bro. And, until next time, everybody, ball out.